The Blue Lock Chapter 322 leaks are here, and once again, ISAGI has shown us just how little we all truly want it. If you're not on that Ashton Hall 6 AM to 9 PM routine, including the sparkling water, you just cannot match up to this type of egoist. As always, make sure you subscribe, comment, and check out the Discord link down below to stay up to date with everything Blue Lock related. And without further ado, let's get right into it. The Blue Lock Chapter 322 leaks open with intro text that says, "The final act in the match against Nigeria has started. Japan is leading the way, and with their ego showing proudly, a new wind is about to be introduced." The announcers are screaming that there are only 15 minutes left in the match, the crowd is roaring in excitement, and we see the substitution board being held up. Corona and Raichi are both shown with wide grins hyping themselves up, as Yohiyori and Chigure are seen cheering them on while being subbed off of the field. I feel like Chigure is a kind of crazy substitution here, but I guess he has been running all game long, and Ego does want to preserve him in the long run. There's no point risking it when they're up 3 and guaranteed this victory already. As the substitutions are displayed and the field shifts to an overhead view, we see the formation change to a 5-4-1 while Ego watches closely from the bench. This basically just means that Japan will have a bit more defensive help, but still maintain their offensive options as they're going for a clean sheet. Raichi, Jingo, and Corona then jump off the bench and walk onto the field as Blue Lock Japan completes 2 substitutions in the second half. Corona is leaping into the air, stretching his legs while Raichi flexes his forearms proudly for the crowd, and I am telling you, that whey protein hits differently, and I can speak from experience. I mean, just look at that man's veins. You could also just, I don't know, take creatine. Anyways, pages 4 and 5 then form a double spread of the match restarting. Onazi passes the ball off to his right towards Kuso, but Raichi immediately sprints ahead for a duel, wasting no time to make impact. This is the man who went toe-to-toe with Mark Snuffy, and you really think he would be scared of Blue Lock's lightest work yet? Nah. We then flash back to ISAGI opening the letter and box from Ego. A montage shows him watching the World Cup matches, flying across Europe, and studying professionals going crazy on the pitch. He explains that his task was to witness the entire world of football and absorb it into his mind in order to become an even more complete player. ISAGI is shown standing tall in the crowd with a huge smile on his face, glowing with excitement as he says that his values have been completely rewritten. He's filled with a new energy, realizing he must become something entirely new. Over and over, he repeats how fun football truly is and how he can't wait to go home and try these new ideas. We even see kids next to him cheering over a goal and getting hyped together, a genuinely wholesome scene. One of the kids leaps onto the other's back, shouting that he's decided to become a professional baller now and win the Ballon d'Or someday. ISAGI glances over at them, and this moment reminds him of his own past. Wondering why he started playing the sport in the first place, we see a young ISAGI sitting on the couch begin tearing up. A mosquito flies through the air, and ISAGI's mother claps it, trying to kill it while comforting her crying son. She tells him that everything is okay, but his dad laughs at him, teasing ISAGI for being so sensitive and saying that it's cowardly to cry at raindrops and mosquitoes. ISAGI's dad was really rage-baiting him from a young age, so it kind of makes sense how he handled Kaiser for so long. His father then shows him a pair of tickets to a football game and asks if he wants to go, and ISAGI instantly calms down and asks where they would be going, eyes wide with curiosity. Cut to the destination, ISAGI standing above the pitch with his parents, holding both their hands as the crowd roars in excitement. It's a super wholesome flashback to his childhood, and the panel lingers on the atmosphere of the stadium, the glow of the lights, and just the general hype of it all for a child. It's a perfect moment to pause and reflect on what first inspired him, and let me ask you all, what got you into Blue Lock or the sport of football itself, and what was the first ever match you watched? For me, I personally played casually from a young age, and just like a lot of people, Lionel Messi on early Barca opened my eyes to the true magic of the sport and just how much I enjoy it. Anyways, as his parents sit there and stare at him, his mother says how surprised she is that he's not scared or crying right now, which his father laughs at and asks if the child's okay. As ISAGI focuses closer on the players on the pitch, he thinks about how there are a lot of people here with a lot of enthusiasm for these moments. Right now, 11 people are fighting against 11 others, all trying their best to run and score the most goals on the other. As we see a goal then being scored, a young ISAGI begins to light up with excitement as he says in that moment, his brain woke up and felt that overwhelming feeling for the first time ever. His eyes even swell up with light and tears as we see bubbles representing his newfound passion, and I'm pretty sure that the same visual indicator was shown during Bachira's awakening earlier on in the series and a few other moments, but I would have to go back and check. As a compilation is then shown of his childhood, we see ISAGI start off by getting his own ball and telling his parents that he wants to try the sport. We then see a young ISAGI doing kick-ups with himself and of course watching Noah on the television locked in. Staring closely, the current ISAGI tells us how hooked he was immediately and how he would do everything in his power to play and improve. With us then seeing ISAGI a bit older though when he played for that bum-ass team we saw in the first chapter, he says that as he grew from a boy to a teenager, that his passion and himself began to fade away as his memories flash. His coach pushing that stupid one for all for one mentality, his final pass that lost his team the tournament, All of those moments and that kind of environment started to kill his heart of passion and made him feel like he was going to die. As we then get a compilation of moments from within the Blue Lock facility, from the first election to the NEL, ISAGI exclaims that Blue Lock reawoke his urges and made him realize the true nature of excitement he felt way back then. Flashing back to the present, we see the ball bounce up, and ISAGI goes on to ask what the name of this fever is. As we then see the two new subs, Kurona and Raichi, double team Onazi and kick the ball away from him, ISAGI answers his own question by saying that it's curiosity about oneself, the drive to know what you can accomplish and how exactly you operate down to your core. Raichi and Kurona both scream out to Onazi and tell him that he's not going to get anywhere now that they're here, and we see Bello sprinting full speed to try and get the loose ball. ISAGI, however, is shown in the bottom left with his metavision activated, and with aura emitting from his eyes, he tells them that he has to keep exciting himself, otherwise who would want to live in ISAGI Yoichi's life? As we then see him lunging ahead and pushing Bello aside like it's nothing, he picks up the loose ball for himself while telling them to bring him more. I mean, my guy is now out there putting paws on these people like he has no respect, so yes, in the end, I hope he continues to aura farm on Nigeria and score a banger for the finale. As ISAGI then runs ahead with the ball in front of him, he says that he wants to meet his expectations and do everything possible that a human can. With his adaptability, he wants to complain and learn, experience pleasure and elegance, thrive even through the moments of despair. He wants to embody a true undefeatable egoist who can take anything that comes his way. As we see puzzle pieces flying and him urging Nigeria to continue their futile attempts, ISAGI says that he wants to continue living on the battlefield forever to discover more and more about human nature and himself. As we see his eyes nearly becoming fully black from the amount of aura radiating out from them, the outro text for today's chapter says that his desire for evolution is bottomless. The ego to score and the obsession of a goal arouses his body to move forward. With that ending off today's leaks, Blue Lock chapter 323 is titled Hopes of the Sunlight and will drop without a break next week. It will probably be about Team Nigeria trying to do something in the face of ISAGI Yoichi's attack and maybe getting a lucky break by getting the ball and starting a counter for their first and only goal. Every goal scored so far in this match by the Blue Lockers though was the final scorer of their new Egoist League game, so ISAGI is highly likely to score here and end the game out 4-0. Make sure to share your thoughts and theories in the comments below and let me know what you thought about today's chapter. Personally, I didn't really see much depth or the point to ISAGI's flashback because we already know about his passion for the sport and how he's had it since forever. Half the chapter was just showing scenes that we've already seen before with narration over it, and it kinda reminded me of those 3 chapters in a row where Ego kept repeating the same concept over and over. I don't know if it's just me, and I'm not trying to complain too much for the first match of this new arc, but it's starting to feel like this match is not doing much besides recycling old ideas and hammering the same themes we've already explored. Like even ISAGI's give me more, bring me more moment is a complete repeat of what he did in the PXG match. Anyways, as usual, if you enjoy staying up to date with the Blue Lock manga and want to support my channel, make sure to click that subscribe button and comment down below. I of course also have a community Discord you can find linked down below, so feel free to join up and say hello and yap to me about the manga. I hope you all go on to have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, I apologize for sounding dead inside, it's 1 in the morning, and once again, I am sick. Love my immune system.